students, I am Naveen Mishra. Today we are going to start our new chapter, Units and Measurement. Students, according to me, this chapter is a very important part of our syllabus as per our life. Our life is impossible without measurement. In every steps of our life, there is an involvement of measurement. If we begin from our daily life, you can see there is a need of measurement in our clothes, in our dress. There is a need of measurement in our medicines. There is a need of measurement in our shoes, in our sleepers, in this building, in this table, in this chair. Everywhere measurement is involved. And due to the measurement, students, now we are surviving with a very comfortable life. Without measurement, such type of things are not possible. And students, I am going to start our chapter measurement, and in this chapter we will discuss so many things. But before starting, I would like to start with the topic need of measurement. What is the need of measurement? Then students, think yourself, what is the need of measurement? As I explain you that without measurement, so many functionings, so many processes, so many steps, so many works are not possible. For example, manufacturing of engine. In manufacturing of engine, there are so many types of measurements are involved. Manufacturing of this building, so many type of measurements are involved. Manufacturing of this copy, so many type of measurements are involved. Manufacturing of this shirt, there are so many type of measurements are involved. Then students, measurement is the necessity of our life. Now we will discuss what type of measurement we are going to do. Which type of measurement we will perform in our syllabus. Students, in our whole life in this world, there are millions type of measurement. But we will discuss about the measurement of physical quantities. Physical quantities, what are the physical quantities? Then we define a physical quantity is that which is measurable. Means this mass, length, time, temperature, electric current, velocity. There are so many type of quantities which can be measured, and these quantities are called physical quantities. Then we can define physical quantity is a measurable quantity. Other quantity which can be measurable are called physical quantity. Next, there are two types of physical quantity. Number one is fundamental quantity and number two is derived quantity. I repeat again, there are two types of physical quantity. Number one is fundamental and number two is derived. What are the fundamental quantities? Then we can define the fundamental quantities is that which is base and can not be derived from other quantities. I repeat again, the fundamental quantities are those which are base and they have no relation with another quantity. For example, length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, and other there are total 7 fundamental quantities are there. Next type of quantity is derived quantity. What are the derived quantity? A derived quantity is that quantity which can be derived from the fundamental quantity. A derived quantity is that quantity which can derive from the fundamental quantity. For example, velocity. Velocity is the quantity in which two types of quantity are there. Meter and seconds means length and time. For example, force. For example, acceleration, density. In such type of quantity, there are more than two quantities are involved, or we can say more than two fundamental quantities are involved. Students, we are discussing about quantities, and now we will discuss about units. What are the units? Before discussing these things, students, I would like to discuss some historical, or you can say some initial measurement processes. Students, in different countries, people use different types of measurement. For example, initially, or we can say in current life, we often use our hands to measure the length, or sometimes we use our feet to measure the length. These types of measurement are famous in Egypt. The Egyptians were used to measure the different type of quantities using our body parameters, like their hands, their legs. And now we can observe that different persons have different size of hand, different size of legs, which is not appropriate, because to measure the same thing, if two different persons are measuring the same thing, there will be different results, because there will be variations in the size of hands and legs of the two persons. Similarly, in France, initially there was 1800 types of measuring parameters. 1800, more than 1800. But such type of measuring processes and such type of measuring parameters were not appropriate, because the scientists decided that there should be a such type of parameter which is widely acceptable, because in different countries they have their own measuring parameter, their own units. Hence, now we are going to define what is unit. First we will define unit, and after that we will discuss types of unit, and we will discuss what is the unit, or after that we will discuss which type of units are required for which type of measurement. I would start with a small example. Consider I am writing I measured 5. I measured 5. I measured 20. I am going to measure 50. Students, can you identify that which type of quantity I am going to measure? Can you identify what type of quantity I am measuring here? But if I write here 5 kg, then definitely you will decide that I am going to measure the mass. If I write 20 meter, then definitely you will decide, you can define, you can say that I am going to measure the length. If I write 50 degrees Celsius, then you will say that sir, you are going to measure temperature. Then student, I think now you can understand the role of unit, and you all are aware about the units, but here we are going to discuss it again and in some different manner. You can say these 3 units are able to define that which type of quantities we are going to measure. Then students, first we are going to define unit. Then we can say in a single line that unit defines about that physical quantity which is going to be measured. Unit defines that physical quantity which is going to be measured. Means the unit defines that which type of quantities you are going to measure or is measured. You can say kg, meter, degree Celsius. Suppose I am writing I measured 20. Again I measured 20. Then you cannot identify what I am going to measure. You will say, sir, I am not able to understand what you measure. But if I write here, I measured 20 ampere. If I write here, I measured 20 ampere. Then you will say, sir, you measured current. Because ampere is the unit of current. Then students, I repeat again that units defines that which type of measurement or which quantity we are going to measure. Now next. Now students, if we are going to discuss, if we discuss about the unit, then before discussing about the units, we should know that what are the fundamental characteristics, or you can say what should be the fundamental characteristics of a unit. How we can decide a proper unit. Then students, to decide a proper unit, there should be following parameters. Number one, it should be well defined. You can say there should not be any type of confusion or any type of doubts should be there. Number two, it should be suitable in size. If students you are going to decide a unit, then size matter. Suppose you are going to measure the size of a cell of a body, or you are going to measure the size of universe. Size of cell is a very small measurement and size of the universe is a very large measurement. Then the size matters. Number three, it should be reproducible at all the places. We should define, or you can select such type of unit which are reproducible. You can use it again and again at any place at any time. Number three, students, it should not change from place or time to time. Unit should be selected such that it should not change from place to place or time to time. Suppose we have an unit of anything, you can say that we have a unit of length, and you are going to another country, and if you ask them about your unit and if they are not able to understand about your unit, then definitely you will suffer from problem. Suppose if you are going to purchase clothes, ready-made clothes, and the system of measurement in your country is different and other country is different, then definitely you will suffer from problem to purchase those clothes. Next, it should be changed with physical condition. It should not be changed with the physical condition. A unit should be selected in such a way that there are no variations with physical conditions like pressure, temperature and other so many atmospheric parameters. And last one, it should be easily accessible. It should be easily accessible. Unit should be selected such that we can easily access it, we can easily identify it. Then students, these are the characteristics of unit which are required to select a desired unit. Students, now we will discuss. There are two types of unit. Number one is fundamental units. The fundamental units are those units which are for the base quantities, just like length for meter, time for seconds, mass for kg, current for ampere, temperature for Kelvin. These are the fundamental, and there are 7 fundamental quantities and there are 7 fundamental units. And number 2 is derived units. Derived units are those units which consist of fundamental units. For example, velocity meter per second. For example, force kilogram meter per second square. Then students, the type of fundamental units are 7 and types of derived units are uncountable. There may be so many derived quantities, and there are two different types of quantity. They are known as supplementary units, and they are for angle, radian and steradian. Then students, in our next class we will continue from the further topics. Thank you so much for watching.